the two designs are similar in their methods, and a superficial comparison could suggest that they focus on the same phenomena, but that is not entirely true. While both approaches use the terms phenomena and narratives, they define and work with them differently. For phenomenological research, phenomena are central, perception is the method of experiencing them, and narratives are just the means of getting information about experiences. For narrative research, narratives are central, and they are a primary method of making sense of the world. Furthermore, it is noteworthy that different literature suggests that phenomenology is more focused on description than analysis. Its goal is to expose phenomena as they are without bias or pre-existing assumptions. Finally, phenomenology mostly seeks out similarities and shared experiences, and narrative analysis is more interested in making sense of individual stories. It is noteworthy, however, that the methods of the two designs are very similar, and they even suffer from the same challenge of developing a systematic methodology. Overall, the purposes and basic assumptions of the methodologies appear to be their primary differences. Both qualitative methods are suitable for researching the experiences that are associated with gaming addiction. An example would be a topic that is narrowed down to the experience of gaming highs. Little to no research on the topic has been carried out, and the experience of gaming highs has definitely not been explored. Therefore, it could be a suitable line of inquiry, and both phenomenological and narrative designs could be applied to it, even though they would produce different results. Thus, a phenomenological study would focus on the phenomenon of gaming highs and attempt to describe it as closely as possible with no pre-existing bias. On the other hand, narrative research would focus on telling the stories of people with online gaming addiction and would consider each of them in an attempt to make sense of the gamer's experiences. The methods that would be used to arrive at these outcomes would probably be similar or identical. Both studies would use small samples, and they would likely employ interviews or other methods that can produce a large amount of data about the participants' experiences. Also, in order to ensure the authenticity of the experiences, the participants might be invited to review the transcripts of their interviews and, possibly, even the results of the analysis. Both research designs can also be empowering and, ethically speaking, require a careful management of researcher-participant relationships. Thus, on the surface, the research designs would appear similar, but they would demonstrate different outcomes because of their focus on different things. This and many other essays are available at studycorgi.com.